And welcome back, fellow adventurers, to Let's Play Dragon Age 2. And we are at the Wounded Coast. We are seeking out Thrask's group, who have apparently kidnapped Bethany in order to try to leverage her against Hawke. But, I don't think that's going to work out very well for them. Hawke seemed quite pissed. I believe that their group is hiding out down lower on the map. Some small group of interceptors here. But again, not too much challenge, especially not against Fenris.
Let's finish this!
Oh, one more.
Well, here you are. You've been sticking your nose in every problem in Kirkwall since you stumbled off the boat.
Who are you again?
Samson. I'm the one who fouled up your lad Fainriel's escape some years ago. Further back, I was a Templar, but that was before your time.
Are the mages here using blood magic?
It always comes down to that, don't it? They claim innocence, demand equality, but back 'em into a corner, and they got options we don't. Haven't found a mage yet who won't take it.
You were the upstanding citizen begging coins to get your next flask of lyrium.
It's a long time since anyone could get under my skin with that. I know what I am. So it shouldn't surprise you to see me here, right? One more blockhead move that's gonna keep me in the gutter. I just wanted to see Meredith out in her ass, like she did to me.
Meredith does seem to have a serious case of the crazies, yes.
But is she wrong? I'd hoped with Meredith gone I could take up the shield again. But maybe she was right. Give 'em a hint of freedom, mages go bad.
Your friends are right. Without Meredith, Kirkwall can be at peace again.
Mages and Templars, working together. I must be dreaming.
It is never that simple. I'd cheer to see her shipped to Val Royeaux. But I don't have the stomach to turn against all that's right and natural to do it.
So yeah, that was the ex-Templar there. And again, you kind of have a choice there to kind of shift opinion as far as Hawke goes one way or the other. This whole time I've been trying to do what you guys asked for at the very beginning, which is kind of ride the line between both sides. I think Hawke, in the end, has some more sympathy for Orsino. But again, we've seen times where she's helped out the Templars as well. So it's never that easy to kind of make a choice when you're trying to play a Hawke to kind of ride the line. Sometimes I wish there were more nuanced options. Sometimes there are, but sometimes I wish there were more of them. Though I certainly think that Hawke would agree that if Meredith would just step aside, things would probably be a lot better. Some junk there. Looks like here's the main camp. Yep, and there's Thrask. And Bethany's somewhere over there too.
I suppose it was too much to hope that you wouldn't have come here. Though I can't understand why you side with Meredith now. You showed me we can stand up to her. When you fought off Karas's thugs to save those mages. Please, champion. I have nothing but respect for you. It's Meredith we must see gone.
I will not negotiate until you unhand Bethany.
No harm will come to your sister. We will release her as soon as I have your word to support us.
No. The girl dies. Then the champion.
Stand down, Grace.
Grace, we saved you. What are you doing?
We will not kill an innocent to achieve our ends. It gains us nothing to become Meredith.
Meredith? What do I care for Meredith? I'm here for the champion.
I've been wondering when you'd come back to bite me in the ass.
Decimus was right. There is no way for a mage to live by the Chantry's laws. You killed the best man I ever met, but I learned all he had to teach. Elaine, kill the hostage!
I don't know, Grace.
I thought you turned your back on blood magic when you saw what happened to Decimus.
You don't know what it's like. We're locked in our cells all day, no light, no air. The Templars ask things of us. When Thrask offered a chance to make a better circle, I had to take it. But... Grace, this isn't right. Meredith's to blame for what's happening, not the champion.
Don't defy me, boy. Without me, you'd be nothing. If you're too squeamish, I'll do it myself.
No. No one has to die here.
Oh, but that's where you're wrong.
Restrain yourself.
Forget the hostage. Kill the champion.
Oh, great. I think someone's been possessed by a demon. Or she's just gone insane the usual way. I can't really tell at this point. But this is the rub, I guess you might say, or as Shakespeare might say. You end up having to face Grace, even if you help her out earlier on in the story. It's kind of a shame. Now, I think you do have the option earlier to kill all those mages, in which case I forget who you face here. Thrask will, and of course Thrask may not be alive as well.
I tried to stay away from her, you know, after Decimus. But the circle here is worse than Starkhaven ever was. It seemed like hers was the only way out. I'm sorry. Grace used blood magic to hold her. That's the only way I can bring her out.
What happened? The last thing I remember is these Templars coming into my quarters. I promise. I'll never let anything like this happen again.
Thank you. It's good to know you're still looking out for me.
They're meeting in here, Sir Cullen. Oh, I guess you didn't get on so well with these mages as you thought.
Champion, Samson never said you were involved in this. I trust you were here to stop these traitors, not join them.
The champion's a fine lady, sir. She wanted to solve this peacefully.
Yeah. Put the mage to questioning.
The boy stood up to his elders when they would have killed an innocent hostage.
You mean he was one of them, save for a convenient last-minute change of heart? I'll encourage Meredith to take it easy on him.
Thank you, champion.
Everyone else here is under arrest. Take them to the gallows. Is there any recommendation you would have me bring to Meredith, champion?
She should consider reinstating Samson. When it came down to it, he showed where his heart is.
True. Samson, you have done us a great service. Do you wish to take up the shield once more?
More than anything, Knight Captain, sir.
Then I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I figured that a favor for a favor. He didn't tell the Knight Commander that we were trying to join them, or try to make up something like that. So, we tried to help him, see if we can give him another chance with the Templars. Because in the end, he decided, like Elaine, not to go with this plan of this weird uprising.
Done.
Which, in principle, I think would have been interesting. But given Grace's insanity, I don't think it would have worked out that well. I admit, when I first went through this storyline here, I was a little disappointed because I thought maybe there would be an option to actually encourage this group to have the Templars and Mages working together. But, yeah, didn't really work out. So as I was saying, I do believe it's possible to have both to have either Thrask or Grace dead by the time you get to this point in the story. And so I actually don't recall off the top of my head who you end up facing here instead, or if you just end up facing one or the other. I can't imagine facing just Thrask and having it boil down to violence. But like I said, I can't remember actually what does happen. May have to recheck the wiki for that, just for my own curiosity. But now, I believe we need to report back to Orsino. Grab some loot here. And I think we'll just retrace our steps back this way. I think it's kind of funny that we have, if someone who hadn't been paying attention to this Let's Play earlier came in, it might look like Hawke has romanced both Anders and Fenris, but that's, again, I think that's just that glitch that kicked in. I'm going to keep an eye on that. I know that there is at least one last piece of romance dialogue between Hawke and Fenris, and if on my test play it doesn't show up, I'm going to make sure to edit the game through the console again so that it does. Simply because, that I want to keep the story consistent. Alright. Yes, back to the gallows we go. And back into the circle area. Oh, and by the way, who the group ends up kidnapping, they can pretty much kidnap anyone. The priority goes a lot to first who is not in your party at the time, because obviously it'd be kind of silly if someone was in your party and then suddenly they vanished because they've been kidnapped while you weren't looking. So it's going to be someone who's not in your party, and from there it prioritizes based on whether your sibling is still alive, based on who you're romancing, if anyone, and then based on, if none of those, on who you have the highest friendship score with, I believe. But you can kind of tweak it so that almost any one of your companions can end up being the one kidnapped.
Your Mage Templar group was conspiring to overthrow Meredith.
I have a sudden deep regret I interfered. I was half convinced Meredith had engineered the whole thing to trick me into incriminating myself.
Thrask admitted to leading the group.
Perhaps I've exaggerated the depths of her madness. But if she's not there yet, she will be soon.
Oh, she's there.
The only question is, once it's clear she cannot lead, will there be anyone left to oppose her? Please accept this as my thanks. It will be of more value to you right now than my friendship.
Alright. And we got circle robes, which would be kind of cool if we were a mage, but unfortunately we're not. Alright. So let me check my journal really quick. Yes. Alright. We are down to the end here. So these two are just collecting missions, so I'm not thinking I'm going to bother with those. So I'm going to do the Blade of Mercy. That'll be nice. This is the last gift you can give to Fenris. Then I'll double check to make sure that this here is not a glitch, and that we do actually get to talk to Anders one more time. I need to double check that. And then we'll move on to the finale. And I'm actually going to have the first part of the finale at the end of this chapter, and you'll see why. But anyway, I'll also probably cut the video briefly just so that I can do a couple odds and ends as far as shopping and making sure everyone has good items for the end and all that kind of jazz. Alright. Fenris, how would you like a new sword?
Take a look at this.
A Blade of Mercy. I remember these. You see them in the Imperium. Replicas of the sword Archon Hessarian used to kill Andraste. This one looks finely crafted.
I thought it might be worth something.
It is. Here, let me show you. These are gifts of honor, given to those who have performed a service for the Imperium. Denarius coveted them, as I recall.
You don't talk about the Imperium much.
It's not a place I remember fondly.
Doesn't the Chantry forbid mages to rule over men?
Ah, yes. Magic is meant to serve man, and not rule over him. In the Imperium, they say that means magic should serve the greater good, which they claim the Magisters do. Do not believe it.
What do the Magisters do that's so bad?
What you call the Circle of Magi rules the Imperium. They control the Chantry as well as the Templars. They claim the Magisters are governed by holy law, but they are the law. They do as they please, all of them.
So they all use forbidden magic?
The more powerful the mage, the higher he rises in the Senate. He makes the laws, he determines what is acceptable. Everyone who wishes to compete must do the same, or be crushed. Perhaps it wasn't always this way, but it is now.
The slave trade is still in operation in the Imperium.
It varies from one Archon to the next. One outlawed it many years ago. He was quickly assassinated. Tevinter would crumble without slaves. The Imperium's elite know no other way.
Seems like a slave rebellion would end that.
There are rebellions all the time, actually. Most of them end poorly. The Senate always unites when faced with sedition. One day, things will change. Then the Magisters will see just how fragile their hold is.
I heard that the Imperium has been at war with the Qunari for decades.
Ever since the Qunari landed on the island of Saharan, yes. 80 years ago? Perhaps more. The Archon demanded aid from the rest of Thedas. It didn't get him far.
They've been at war a long time.
The Qunari only ever wanted Saharan, which they have. The Imperium has made numerous attempts to retake the island, without real success. I believe the Qunari are saving their strength, building a massive fleet. When they wish true war, we will know.
It's interesting. I've never heard an explanation as to why the Qunari only wanted Saharan and basically stopped after that. If that hasn't been answered already in some kind of extended universe material or something like that, I'd be interested to see where what ends up being the reason.
The blade is yours if you want it.
For me? Yes. I think I'd like that. I'll think of the irony as I wield it. Thank you, Hawke.
Alright. And cool thing about this gift, as opposed to, I think, any of the others, is you can see right here, he automatically equips it. So it's a very practical gift, in that sense. So here it is. Blade of Mercy. And damage-wise, not pretty much on par of the stuff that he currently has. So I don't see any reason to have to swap it out for any reasons of item strength or anything like that. I think another thing I'll do off screen, actually, now that I've been looking at my items, is a ton of these items that I've been giving to my companions have rune slots. So I think I'm just going to fill those up with Sandal's help in between shots here. Alright, so let's go to Anders, and this time I will use that button. There it is. Jeez, alright. Go straight there. I finally did it. At the very end of the game. Okay, Anders. Do we actually have a quest? Or were you just glitching out on me? Let me save it here just to check. Alright.
You will not be disappointed by your faith in me.
Nope. Okay. If there is some final quest, then this thing is glitching out so that I can't activate it. If that's the case, then I apologize. But I think at this point you probably know what the subject that it would entail. his continuing fight for the mages. Okay. So at this point, I think, like I said before, I'm going to cut the video briefly. I will get some odds and end done. I will deck out the companions for the final battle, and then we'll get to it. So I'll just see you after the cut.
You know, you could go anywhere you like now.
I'm aware of that.
Oh, you could become a raider. You could join my crew.
The crew of your non-existent ship?
Well, with that attitude, you're never going anywhere, are you?
She doesn't understand. Yes, I am free. Daenerys is dead. Yet, it doesn't feel like it should.
Seems like you should be dancing for joy.
I would have thought so. I thought if I didn't need to run and fight to stay alive, I would finally be able to live as a free man does. But how is that? My sister is gone, and I have nothing. Not even an enemy.
Maybe that just means there's nothing holding you back.
An interesting thought. It's just difficult to overlook the stain that magic has left on my life. If I seem bitter, it's not without cause. Perhaps it is time to move forward. I just don't know where that leads. Do you?
Wherever it leads. I hope it means we'll stay together.
That is my hope as well. We have never discussed what happened between us 3 years ago.
You didn't want to talk about it.
I felt like a fool. I thought it better if you hated me. I deserve no less. But it isn't better. That night, I remember your touch as if it were yesterday. I should have asked your forgiveness long ago. I hope you can forgive me now.
I need to understand why you left, Fenris.
I've thought about the answer 1,000 times. The pain, the memories it brought up, it was too much. I was a coward. If I could go back, I would stay. Tell you how I felt.
What would you have said?
Nothing could be worse than the thought of living without you.
Oh, I don't know. This might be fun to hold over you a while longer.
If there is a future to be had, I will walk into it gladly at your side.
Okay, I have done a bit of shopping, gotten some weapon upgrades, I've fitted a whole bunch of runes into all of the various weapon and armor slots for the characters, so I think we are good to go. Let's check out our desk here. Alright, and we have one last message here, called The Last Straw, which of course is the name for the final mission. Champion, you have proven yourself a friend to Kirkwall's mages, and it seems I must call upon you once again. Meredith has gone too far, and I will not let her madness remain unchecked. I ask that you come to the gallows at once. Perhaps together we can stop this before there is bloodshed. First Enchanter Orsino. So once you accept that quest, then basically the point of no return is when you go to the gallows. So, as usual, we'll take our two extreme views here, Fenris and Anders with us, just to make things more interesting. And let's see, as the third companion for now, I think I'll go actually with Sebastian.
Champion, thank the Maker you've come.
What's happened?
First Enchanter Orsino got into a terrible argument with the Knight Commander. He stormed off to bring the matter before the Grand Cleric, but the Knight Commander gave chase. I fear there will be blood.
Wonderful. Take me to them.
I will have the tower searched, top to bottom.
You cannot do that! You have no right!
I have every right. You are harboring blood mages, and I intend to root them out before they infect this city.
Blood magic? Where do you not see blood magic? My people cannot sneeze without you accusing them of corruption.
Do not trifle with me, mage. My patience is at an end.
A wonder that I never saw it begin.
The way you two carry on, people will talk.
You came.
This does not involve you, champion.
I called her here. I think the people deserve to know just what you've done.
What I have done is protect the people of this city time and again. What I have done is protect you mages from your curse and your own stupidity. And I will not stop doing it. I will not lower our guard. I dare not!
Is there any truth to what she's saying?
These are only her latest accusations, nothing more. And what if she does not find what she's looking for? How much further will she go to root out something that isn't there?
The champion knows better than anyone how deep the Circle's corruption goes. I must find the source.
You both set quite the example for your people. You know that?
What other option do we have? Tell me, champion, that you have not seen with your own eyes what they can do, heard the lies of mages that seek power.
You can't use the actions of some to condemn them all.
You would cast us all as villains, but it is not so!
I know, and it breaks my heart to do it. But we must be vigilant. If you cannot tell me another way, do not brand me a tyrant.
This is getting us nowhere. Grand Cleric Athena will put a stop to this.
You will not bring her grace into this.
The Grand Cleric cannot help you.
Explain yourself, mage.
I will not stand by and watch you treat all mages like criminals, while those who would lead us bow to their Templar jailers.
How dare you speak to me?
The Circle has failed us, Orsino. Even you should be able to see that. The time has come to act. There can be no half measures.
Anders, what have you done?
There can be no turning back.
no peace.
Elfina, no! Make her, no! She was your most faithful, your most beloved. Why didn't she listen to me? Blessed be the souls of the faithful that they ascend to your right hand.
Why? Why would you do such a thing?
I removed the chance of compromise, because there is no compromise.
The Grand Cleric has been slain by magic. The Chantry destroyed. As Knight Commander of Kirkwall, I hereby invoke the right of annulment. Every mage in the Circle is to be executed, immediately!
The Circle didn't even do this! Champion, you can't let her! Help us stop this madness!
And I demand you stand with us. Even you must see that this outrage cannot be tolerated.
Why are we debating the right of annulment when the monster who did this is right here? I swear to you, I will kill him.
It can't be stopped now. You have to choose.
Was that why you needed me to distract the Grand Cleric?
This is what you tried to trick me into doing. And you went along with him.
If you knew what I was doing, you would have felt honor-bound to stop me. I couldn't take that chance. The Circle is an injustice. In many places beyond Kirkwall. The world needs to see.
Elfina is not the Circle. She was a good woman, and you murdered her!
You fool! You've doomed us all!
We were already doomed. A quick death now or a slow one later. I'd rather die fighting.
You're a murderer. The Grand Cleric, the mages, their blood is on your hands.
I know.
It doesn't matter. Even if I wished to, I could not stay my hand. The people will demand blood.
I don't want to get involved in this.
You are already involved. You are the champion of Kirkwall. Do your duty, or fall with these mages. It is your choice.
And so here we come down to it at last. As Meredith has pointed out, and the game now agrees, we can no longer be neutral. We must either side with the mages or the Templars. So, the final decision here of how this turns out, I leave up to you, the audience. So, I ask you for two decisions. Number one, will Hawke side with the mages and then fight off the Templars? Or will Hawke side with the Templars and basically attempt to subjugate the mages once and for all? I'll try to put the options in the description and phrase them in such a way that I think that Hawke could lean one way or the other, to try to give a little bit more context to the decision, but in the end, the choice is up to you. The second decision I need you to make, because it's going to be made right after this one, is what to do with Anders. We basically have three options that are going to be presented to us. We can have Anders stay with the party and try to help fix or finish what he's done. We can send him away, basically exile him and tell him never to come back. Or we can do what Sebastian wants and carry out our own, basically, justice and have him executed for what he's done. So, what I'm going to do is, at the time of this posting, I'm going to leave about a week. And for all of you out there who wish to, feel free to submit your final decision for these two choices. You can choose to defend it or not. It's up to you. You can just present the options, or you can give some reasoning as to why you think Hawke would choose one or the other. And whatever the majority says is what I'll go with, and that will finally carry us to the end of the story. So I look forward to hearing you, and until next time, fellow adventurers, take care.